Representative. 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 Do you guys enjoy making these calls, being put on hold and trying to get in touch with a representative 3, 4, 5 different times and never getting connected? Don't you wish there was a service out there that would make these calls for you so you don't have to wait on hold for hours, minutes, or days? What if I told you I found a service that saved me over 4,608 minutes over the past 2 years? That's the equivalent of 3.2 days of being on hold on the phone. And today I'm reviewing this service and offering you 50% off your first month. Let's check it out. Hey guys, my name is Andrew Wise with Life Tailored, and we teach you how to make life amazing by sharing with you amazing apps like this that help hack your life so you save over 3.2 days of being stuck on the phone on hold. If you want to see more amazing life hack videos like this, smash the like button and hit subscribe and get the bell notifications. Okay guys, so before we start talking about the FancyHands overview, I want to ask you a question. What sort of tasks do you hate doing in your everyday life that you would love to outsource to a virtual assistant? I reply to every single comment down below, so make sure to drop that comment so I can reply while you watch the rest of the video. Now I talk about being a solo entrepreneur, which I've been doing for the past 10 years, and how to kind of transform your life from the 9-to-5 day job into owning your own business or your own side hustle. And really the most important lesson I want to teach you guys is how valuable your time is. I love this bit that Chris Rock does when he talks about the difference between a job and a career.
I've been blessed with a career. So if you got a career, thank God. If you got a job, I hope you get a career one day. That's right. Because when you got a career, there ain't enough time in the day. There ain't enough time. When you got a career, you look at your watch, time just flies like, God, whoa. It's 5:35. I got to come in early tomorrow and work on my project because there ain't enough time when you got a career. When you got a job, there's too much time. That's right. You look at your watch like, 9:08. You don't even trust the time when you got a job. You'll be like, what time you got? What time you got? What time you got? What time you got? What time you got?
Basically what Chris is saying is when you have a job, you have nothing but time on your hands. But when you have a career, there's never enough time. So whenever you can find a service or a product that helps create more time for you, that's invaluable. If I could pay $5 to get an extra 20 minutes of time, I'd take that trade-off in an instant. And that's why I pay for services that help expand the amount of free time I have. I outsource all of my laundry with Cleanly, the on-demand laundry app. I use Handy to get on-demand housekeeping services so that I don't have to spend extra time cleaning the house, doing laundry, folding, putting things away. I can spend more time creating videos like this for you guys, help growing my other businesses like Capture, and just generally enjoying my time as opposed to working so hard. So when I found out that I could spend $480 to get 4,608 minutes of free time back, I signed up for this service in an instant. The service itself is called FancyHands. And what we're going to talk about today is 4 different things. 1, what is FancyHands? 2, how does it work? 3, how much does it cost? And 4, what are my favorite tasks that I outsource to FancyHands and how you can use it for your own business. Now before we get started, I've got a referral link down below. It's going to give you 50% off your first month of FancyHands, and it's also going to give me 1 free task. So thank you guys in advance. So to kick things off, I'm going to pull up a quick video and walk you through what is FancyHands. So you can think of FancyHands as basically your outsourced virtual assistant. You can submit tasks to them online or through the web or by text. Basically what they do is they take your to-do list and then do it for you. Let me show you how FancyHands works. So basically all my requests I go through the mobile web or on the desktop. So you can see today Wayne and I are going down to Art Basel. Originally, we booked our flight from Wednesday to Sunday. We just found out that when we used our points to book the W Miami South Beach, if we pay for 4 nights, we get a 5th night free. So now I've changed our booking from instead of Wednesday to Sunday to now Tuesday to Sunday. So now we have to go and call the airline and manually change our flight from a Wednesday departure to a Tuesday. That's going to take a tremendous amount of time, and it's really something that I hate doing these menial sort of tasks, and that's what FancyHands is for. So basically what I did is I put in a little request. I said, hey, call American Airlines, find out the cost of moving my flight from Wednesday to Tuesday. The funny thing is, when you do kind of move your flights, it's almost cheaper just to forget about the original flight and buy a completely new ticket. It's a little frustrating, but anyway, sidetrack, FancyHands, any sort of task. All you do is you just type in the request, and then within about 10 to 15 minutes, a FancyHands virtual assistant will take the task, ask you any follow-up questions, any additional information. Otherwise, they just get at it and then reply back to you. So now that we know how FancyHands works, let's talk about the pricing and the different affordable tiers. So for most people, I recommend the lowest $30 a month plan. That's going to get you 5 requests per month, and it's going to be $6 per request. The thing is, what I love about FancyHands is, say you have no requests due this month. Those requests then roll over. So if you look at my stats, right now I've got 59 requests remaining, 1,152 calls placed, 176 emails sent, 33 events scheduled, 2.2 days on the phone, total time saved 3.2 days. So even if you guys are signing up for the most basic plan, $30 a month for 5 requests, you can see how as these requests roll over, your time just gets bundled up and saved even more. So maybe you have a ton of requests that come up in December where you need help returning items or getting a warranty replaced because you bought these gifts and they don't work, all this sort of stuff. What's great about FancyHands is once you sign up, you keep accruing more and more tasks, they never expire. So in terms of pricing, if you have a ton of requests that are going on, you can get the price down to, there's a $75 tier which gets you 15 per month, which is 5 each. And then there's another for an everyday request, 30 requests for $150. Most people I don't think need this, but if you are signing up for these plans, use my link because you're going to get 50% off any of these plans. Okay, so now let's talk about what I use FancyHands for and what they recommend it and how it could be a good use for your business or your own personal life. So you already kind of saw one of my quick little tasks. I had them call American Airlines to change my flight. Some of the other tasks that they recommend outsourcing to FancyHands are personal to-dos, waiting on hold, which I was doing in the beginning, travel itineraries, any sort of change like I had to do, vetting any sort of home service providers. So we need to get a bunch of pictures hanged, and we need to vet different professionals to make sure they can come in and not leave like a gaping hole once they're done installing your TV mount like we had. Scheduling doctor's appointments, doing any sort of gift suggestions or concierge for clients. I talk about tasks that I love to outsource to FancyHands. Here are my top 4. So I lost my iPad on our trip back from Gainesville, and it was at the Charlotte airport. It takes a ton of different forms, a ton of different calls, and FancyHands handled all that for me. Right now I'm in the process of having them get the iPad shipped back to me, but that's saving me $1,100 on this lost iPad. Number 2, changing any sort of hotel, restaurant, flight bookings. I hate calling restaurants to change the time or the amount of people. And often what I found is when I do a booking online for like OpenTable, maybe I'll get it for 6 p.m. for a party of 2. If I try to turn that into a 6:30 party of 4, I can't do it online. But if I make a call to the restaurant, normally they're a bit more lenient. And that's what I have FancyHands do. Number 3, a tip I like to do is have FancyHands call when I've booked a hotel in advance. Say, hey, I'm Andrew Wise's assistant. I know he's getting in on such and such date. It'd be really great if you could upgrade his room or give him an early check-in. When you make that personal phone call, for some reason they prioritize that higher, and 9 out of 10 times I've gotten that upgrade or that early check-in. So it's a great way to use kind of your personal assistant to upgrade your life experience. And the 4th task I love to do is, we travel a lot, we have these Rimowa suitcases. They're brilliant, they're beautiful, but they also break a lot. So right now my lock is broken on the big 32-inch Rimowa Topaz we have. And what I do is whenever the suitcase breaks, it's free to be repaired under warranty. The only thing is I have to call Rimowa, I have to get them to ship the box, I have to send them $20, and that's all taken care of by FancyHands. They call Rimowa, they get the purchase receipt from Rimowa, they even transact my credit card in the FancyHands app, so I don't have to bust out my card, say it over the phone, or make it insecure or anything like that. They handle all of that for me. Now, as far as FancyHands goes, guys, let me know down in the comments, what sort of tasks do you want to outsource with FancyHands? And based on all the value I've built for this product, is it something you could see using every day in your life? And guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Now that I've got you here, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. I have new videos coming out every Monday. I've got a playlist here with some other amazing life hacks that'll help you travel the world for free using points and miles. And if you guys want to see how far points and miles can take you, follow us on Instagram @LifeTailored.